Hello my friends, how are you today? I'm Andreas from Motorfanatics and welcome to a new video. Or let's say, welcome back to the painting marathon. As you guys probably can see, the first coat of white paint is on. It's dry to the touch and it's significantly smoother than our last primer coat. So this did work. Unfortunately though, guys, the additional paint for the trunk has not arrived yet. So we'll have to start another project because something else has arrived finally. That's how the trunk lid currently looks. There's a thick coat of filler on it, currently curing. And that's the magic thing that has arrived. This is the thinner for our brake caliper paint. So that will be what we are working on next. Right now. Which is now. Which has just passed. For this, of course, we will need a lot of stuff. First of all, we need the front brake calipers, which we will rebuild. Then we need the rear calipers, because we want to spray paint them too. We need the rebuild kit for the front calipers. Later on, we're going to need the braided brake hoses for front and rear, and a few parts for mounting them. We'll need a cheaper spray gun, the thinner, and the paint itself for the calipers. These pistons are packed so tight because you don't want your pistons to ding around, to get any marks and dents, because they need to seal, or they need to, let's say, they need to separate the brake fluid, which is highly corrosive and aggressive and attracted to water, or attracts water. They need to separate your brake fluids from the environment. That's why for a long time now a two-seal system has been established. A few tuning companies a few years ago tried only using one seal with their 6 and 8 piston calipers, and what happened? They worked great for a few events and then promptly became stuck. We will need one gasket. This is the side with the brake fluid. One gasket that keeps away the brake fluid and retains the piston, and the second gasket or seal, whatever you want to call it, that sits on top and keeps all the dust out. Together they work really well and are kind of redundant in a good way because they support each other. But if you only have one, it will lose on one way or the other. Either your brake fluid leaks or the dust gets inside. Both are worse, because if you get dirt, debris and dust inside, it scratches the piston, which supports brake fluid leaking out, getting materials in, and so it gets worse over time. Next, we need a little piece of wood and some compressed air. Put it in like that. Do not get my fingers anywhere near. Here, one side came out, the other side didn't, which was a little bit to be expected. Well guys, Andreas here, slightly older and slightly smarter. When you put in the piece of wood right in the middle and keep it there, most of the time both sides of piston pairs will come out equally far. Sometimes one or two, or how many pistons ever you may have on one side or the other, will however get stuck or are stuck, and then you will have to remove them by force. Unfortunately, you will later in this video exactly see what I'm talking about. I have to be a little careful because brake fluid should be flammable, if I remember correctly. And of course, I don't want to melt my caliper into oblivion. The flame should be nice and tight and blue, like that. Come on, you dirty little... Oh! There was something. Ooh, look at that! I hope it did not snap. If it snapped, I'm royally... Here we go. And now we need to get rid of the main bolts. They do fit. Nope. Nope. A new day, guys, a new chance for glory, and look what has arrived. Let's quickly open up the packages. The first one will probably be, for our endeavor, the more important one. Now let's make sure they do fit. Paper. Nice, guys. They do fit. Here we go. Yes. That should work. That's my box cutter. Ooh, look at that! That's 2-component thinner, 2K standard thinner. Hardener, also for 2K. Oh. Paint buckets, a few. Damn, guys, I thought I ordered the small ones. Well, they were cheap anyway. And the most important piece, here we go. Nissan QM1 White. Here we go. Specially made for us on demand. Little change of plan. Normally I would stand on the left side and pull down, but so you guys can see something, I'm standing on the other side. Here goes nothing. Go. And I can't even say that they look that bad, to be honest. Of course, there are a few spots, the typical spots. the spots that I added just now. But that's not a big deal. Here we go. Most of the time a little bit of turning does the trick. I still got one piston, which I can't show you because the WD-40 will run out, or like that, which is really stuck. It's not kinked, but it's stuck anyway and I don't get it loose. That's why I drenched it in WD-40. Aside from that, one little mishap, we only have these two to go. That was very easy. I probably could... Oh, that's a good idea. I will... I want to press this piston in right here. And then this will probably come out. And I just want it to stay firmly put. Here we go. These holes should be still closed. So the only way for the air going out would be through the other piston. Here goes nothing. Something happened. Whoa! I don't know if the camera picked that up, but that really was a loud noise. Oh, dang! Now my ear's ringing. But you gotta do what you gotta do. Now this one is stuck. I see it coming. No, it's not. Ha ha, guys!
A few moments later.
Turns out the secret really is hammering it in. Taking the next oversized bit and turning.
1 hour later. One eternity later.
Ooh. Slowly starts moving. Ooh. Not gonna lie, guys, that was a fight I did not anticipate. But we got through and we did it. Let me show you. We disassembled the calipers. We got out the main screws, we got out all the pistons, we got out these little panels and these screws. Not a single one of them had a head that still had to format it when it left factory and didn't work. We had to heat them all up and hammer every single one of them out. But we've got it, guys. They are completely gutted out, and the only thing we need to do, except that I still need to unscrew those two nubbins, the only thing is cleaning, sanding and painting. I say it like only thing, but that should be way easier than the stuff we did before. Well, guys, I've put this off as long as I could, but a promise is a promise, and that's why I will now mix a little batch of our paint for the trunk. I'm scared. Here's to not fuck it up. Almost. Not perfect, but almost. Here we go, and now I did fudge it. 2 parts paint, 1 part hardener. The hardener. That should be already enough. This paint is supposed to be sprayed with a 1.2mm diameter nozzle. I've got an 8mm nozzle, 0.8. So I suggest we thin it a little down. It's supposed to be round about, or it's supposed to be a maximum of 5%. That's already more than 5%. Now I will have to fill a little bit of the paint. And now, fingers crossed. Now that's better. Personal protection for your lungs. Although this mask is a little bit older and has a lot of grime on the outside, the filters are still decent. And trust me, although my glasses get a little bit hazy and foggy, it's much better that way. Or you feel the other option is to feel stoned the whole evening, and not in a good way. So we still got a little bit of paint left, as you guys can see, which will go over the front, and then we call it quits for this video. Oh boy guys, what an episode. Oh, wait, first of all, here we go. Now you guys can hear me. If you guys learned anything from this episode, first of all, don't skimp on personal protection gear, especially when spray painting. Second, when you change from spray can to a spray gun, really work on solid airflow. I'm not only talking about the compressed air, I'm also talking about getting air circulating in and out of your shop. That's it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this episode, give it a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any future episode, consider subscribing, and we see each other next time.